Number one, marriage is the sole property of God. I take this to be just axiomatic, foundational. He created it to model the nature of the redemption he accomplished through Christ for his bride, the church. If you haven't heard it, I've said it just about every Sunday night. Here's the meaning of marriage. Ephesians 5:31 and 32. A man shall leave his father and mother, hold fast to his wife, the two shall become one flesh. That's a direct quote from Genesis. This mystery is profound, and I am saying that it is that quote from the book of Genesis. It's really striking. It refers to Christ and the church. In other words, if you take those words literally, what Paul is saying is, when Moses said that a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh, he said it first. Jesus quotes it later. But when Moses said it, Moses probably didn't understand that what he was really referring to was something God was centuries later going to do for his bride, the church, through Jesus Christ. That's why God created marriage, so that the world would have a living demonstration of Christ laying down his life for his bride, the church. I didn't take the time to read the instructional context of those words from Ephesians 5:31 and 32. But every time Paul has anything to say about husbands loving their wives or wives submitting to their husbands, every time he does in that passage, he bases his command, his ethical instructions on Christ and the church. In other words, if you read that Ephesians 5 passage right through, he says nothing whatsoever to husbands merely as husbands. And he says nothing whatsoever to wives merely as wives. Christ and the church, he says, is the theme. It's what marriage is all about. It's the rock-solid substance that casts the shadow of marriage. And so marriage is just the copy. It's temporary. You won't be married to anybody in heaven. You'll still be male and female in heaven. The Bible doesn't say you won't be. But the marriage relationship won't last in heaven. What marriage pictured on earth will last forever in heaven. The reality of Christ and his bride, the church, will last forever.